What if world peace wasn't just some dream, but like a totally engineered reality? Like what if we could just, I don't know, flip a switch and make all the wars and fighting just stop?
Wow.
But what if to get that peace, we had to give up some of our own freedom? You know, would it even be worth it? Like, would you be willing to trade some of your autonomy for a world without conflict? I'm not sure I would. Well, today we are diving deep into a project called Mandated Mandates, created by this AI designer named Elidrissa 12760. It's basically exploring this whole big question.
Right.
Now, before we get too far, it is important to point out that Elidrissa 12760, this is like a fictional AI persona. Okay, this isn't a real person. This is like a thought experiment in what's called speculation design. You know, it's about imagining possibilities, not like predicting the future. But the ideas here, they get you thinking. So mandated mandates, what's that all about? Well, it's about using technology to basically force empathy on everyone as like a way to create world peace. So imagine a world where everything is super interconnected, like globally connected, you know. The cities are all planned out perfectly, like down to the last detail, which kind of makes you think about like, you know, how resources are controlled and distributed. And there's this vibe, right? This feeling of like unity and harmony, but it's like it's being monitored. You know what I mean? Like someone's always watching, making sure everyone is on the same page. And I mean, it sounds good on paper, right? Peace and harmony, but then you start seeing these little hints of cultural resistance, these like whispers of rebellion. Like maybe not everyone's so happy about this forced utopia after all. What do you think? I mean, how does someone even begin to design something like that?
Well, that's what's so fascinating about Elidrissa 13760, right? It's not just about the ideas, but like the methods. This AI is using these super complex simulations and scenario planning tools, pulling inspiration from like political science, conflict resolution, even gaming. Think about it. Algorithms, crunching centuries of conflict data, testing out all these different strategies for intervention, kind of like a massive game of civilization, but with like real world stakes.
Oh, wow. That is wild.
Right.
It's like a global scale strategy game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just imagining like peace treaties being negotiated by algorithms. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So let's dive into the specifics of mandated mandates. What does this world actually look like? How is peace enforced?
So picture this. You've got these meticulously planned cities, all interconnected. It's like everything is optimized for efficiency, which suggests someone is really carefully managing resources. And there's this constant sense of being monitored, not in like a big brother way necessarily, but more like everyone's being subtly nudged towards harmonious behavior.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Under the surface, there are these signs of cultural resistance, right? These little hints of dissent suggesting that this enforced peace maybe isn't sitting well with everyone. It's like they're trying to, I don't know, hold on to their individuality.
It's kind of like you can't force people to be good.
Right.
But this project, this is asking, what if you could like technologically enforce empathy? It even mentions something called the Great Standardization. What do you think led to that? I mean, was there some massive global catastrophe? Was it a war that almost wiped us all out? I'm dying to know.
It's the question, isn't it? What could possibly push humanity to a point where they'd be willing to trade freedom for survival? And it's something that we've seen throughout history, right? Like during wartime, we accept restrictions on our freedoms, make sacrifices for the greater good. But this project, this takes it to a whole other level. It's asking, what if that emergency never ended? Like, what if we were permanently living in a state of sacrifice, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty unsettling when you really think about it.
It really is.
Yeah.
You just imagine, like, no more wars, but at what cost? Okay, and then there's this picture in the project description. It's this incredibly intricate, beautiful piece of craftsmanship. The caption is creepy. It says, "Intricate craftsmanship masks a deeper function, a silent witness to critical decisions." And I don't know, it just makes me think about like all those conspiracy theories about hidden cameras and microphones, you know, always watching, always listening. What if this craftsmanship we're looking at is actually some kind of advanced surveillance tech, like monitoring our every move, every emotion, you know, making sure we're all behaving?
Yeah, and that's what's so unnerving about it, right? Because it's not that far-fetched. I mean, think about it. We're already carrying around these devices, our smartphones, our smartwatches. They're constantly collecting data on us, our locations, our preferences, even our moods. It's all being tracked. It makes you wonder, where's the line between convenience and control? And when do we cross it, you know?
Right, and if it's happening already, like how much further could it go?
Yeah.
So is this what Elidrissa 12760 is saying? Is this like our inevitable future peace, but at the cost of freedom? Like, is that the trade-off?
I think what's brilliant about this project is that it's not about predicting the future. It's about forcing us to confront these uncomfortable questions, the ones we usually avoid. It's speculation. It's pushing us to think critically about our values.
Yeah.
Like, would we really give up our individuality for the sake of peace? And what if that peace, that harmony, is all just a facade, a carefully constructed illusion, hiding a much darker, more disturbing reality underneath?
It is a pretty intense thought to grapple with, right?
It is.
It really makes you think. Okay, so if Ellie Drissi 1 through 760 were actually designing this mandate system, like for today's world, what parts of our lives do you think they would target? And would we even realize it was happening? It's definitely something to think about, right? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into exploring futures. And hey, if this got you thinking, share this with a friend. Let's get this conversation going,
Absolutely.
Keep exploring those futures.
Yeah.
See you next time.